region. But away from telcos and that kind of matter, let's talk about the sun now. And we're looking at the sun as an alternative source of lighting. I'm talking about solar power. And joining me today is a gentleman who's trying to make it easier and cleaner for you to use the sun and moving you away from use of kerosene for lighting as part of the plan to have eradicated Africa from that kind of use by the year 2020. I'm talking about Steve Andrews from SunnyMoney. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Steve, the idea for clean, affordable energy targeted at the lower end of the economy, is it viable in Africa? Is it even possible?
It's hugely possible.
Right.
It's coming fast.
Right.
My company sold over 200,000 lights in just this financial year. So
right.
It's coming very fast, and it's going to change this continent in ways that you could barely imagine.
Right. Talking about changing the continent, why did you focus on light? I mean, we have other needs for energy. We're talking about fuel already. It's too expensive in many African countries. Why would you focus on lighting?
You know, there's something really magical about bringing a solar light into somebody's home.
Right.
That it's the beginning of an energy ladder, which could lead to a whole host of other requirements and services.
Right.
So, you know, the problem with lighting in rural Africa is 84% of 84% of Kenyans don't have grid electricity.
Right.
So when the sun goes down, they live in darkness.
So we're talking about children can't do their homework, people can't converse, people go to sleep early.
They do.
Right.
Or they burn kerosene lamps. And that's just so hugely expensive. You know, when an average Kenyan buys a solar light and stops using kerosene, they save 7,500 shillings a year, which is a lot of money for the poorest people.
Your project is obviously focusing on rural Africa. I mean, you're in Kenya, you're in Zambia. I understand you're heading into Uganda. How do you choose the markets to set up?
So we look at a range of factors, including how large the off-grid population is. You know, what's the need? What's the ease of doing business? Because you know that's important to us. So it's a range of factors, and at the moment we have a real focus in East Africa, and so Uganda is an obvious next step for us.
Do you look for government support in these ventures, in these markets that you're in?
You know, government support would be great. The main support we're interested in Kenya is for the government to rethink the VAT on solar lights. This country has so much to gain from a switch from kerosene to clean lighting. And the VAT that's just recently been introduced on these products is a backward step. Very
quickly on that VAT point, how much has it affected business, not just for you but many other players in this space?
Sure. It's not good for the market. This is an emerging market that's just showing signs of taking off. Our customers are the very poorest people, and the last thing they need is the price to go up for VAT. So it's not helping our ability to sell lights right out there in the deep rural areas.
All right, my director tells me you're running out of time. In less than 10 seconds, future plans?
Future plans is to eradicate the kerosene lamp from Africa by the end of this decade and change this continent forever.
All right. Hopefully I'll still be here by the end of the decade. We will get to talk about that. Many thanks for coming.
All right. Thank you.
Great. We'll shift gears.